make a cooking video on how to make baked Knephola hot dish. So to start things off, I'll show you the ingredients you're going to need. So on the ingredients list, we have flour, salt, onion, potatoes, egg, milk, bacon, and the bacon could be you could use any meat. You could use hamburger or ham. It's really up to your decision. And then a pint of heavy whipping cream. And before you start anything, make sure to wash your hands, which I already did. So before we make our dough, we're going to cut our potatoes and peel them so we can get them ready to boil. While we are getting everything ready, we can preheat our oven to 350 degrees. So to start things off, we'll make the dough, and in the dough consists of 1 egg, your salt, your milk, and your flour. So first we will crack 1 egg into the bowl, and then we will measure out 1.5 teaspoons salt, 1/2 cup of milk, and then 1 1/4 cup flour. And then I already have all the ingredients measured out, so I'm just going to pour them in the bowl. So I already got my egg in there. Put my flour in, which is 1 1/4 cup. And then do your 1/2 cup of milk. And then 1.5 teaspoons salt. Right, now that we got all that, now that we got everything in the bowl, we will start mixing it. So we'll just mix our dough. Just mix it up a little bit here. And then once you got it all mixed up, we're gonna get some water ready to boil. So you're going to get your dough all mixed up, and once you're done mixing all your ingredients, your dough should look something like this. And then since I'm not very efficient, I forgot that you need to have a pot of boiling water. So I just got that put on the stove, and I put a teaspoon of salt in the water, and I'm just going to let it just start to boil. But while we're waiting for that to boil, we can start cutting up our bacon. So I'm going to use the whole package, and I'm just going to cut it into little pieces, and then I'm going to fry it up. So I just kind of cut my bacon into littler pieces like that. And I'm going to get a fry pan, and then I'm just going to throw it in a fry pan and start frying the bacon up. Get that cooking. And then once your water is boiling like mine, you're just going to kind of take about half your dough, kind of grab it like that and just wring it out and get it into a line like that. And then you're just going to get it over the water. And then you're just going to cut it into the boiling water like that. You don't want them too big, but you want them a decent size. Probably just cut it about like that. So once you got them all cut in the water, we'll just set a timer for about 8 minutes. And then we'll just boil until they're soft. So they should be done in about 8 minutes. And then while we're waiting for them to get done, we'll just watch our bacon, stir that up, make sure it doesn't burn or anything. Alright. So the timer just went off for the Knephola. It's been about 8 minutes, and you can just take one out and try to make sure they're done. I already did that, so I know mine are done. So now I'm just going to take them over to the sink, and then I will just strain them with a colander. So I got my potatoes all peeled and cut. So they should look something like this, just kind of thinner slices, about like that. And then you just dump those in the water. your boiling water that you have, and then you'll just let them cook till they're soft. And make sure before you put them in the, before you dump them in the water that you wash them off good, which I already did. So the potatoes have been boiling for probably about 10 minutes now, and you can just check them to make sure they're soft. I already did that, and they're good to go. So now we're just going to take them over to the sink and just drain them off. Now that you have everything done, the potatoes, the bacon, and make sure after you have the bacon done, just to drain it off and get all the grease off. So you can just get a 9x13 pan like this, and then just pour everything into the pan. And then once you get it all poured in there, you're just going to want to mix it up a little bit. Just trying to mix everything around, make sure it's combined nicely. And then after you get everything all kind of evened out and mixed around and spread out on the pan, just going to take your pint of heavy whipping cream and pour it over the top. And then since we already have our oven preheated, we're just going to stick that in the oven for an hour at 350 degrees. So I'll get back to you in an hour. So it's been an hour and the timer's gone off. So our food should be done. So we'll just take a look. So that is what it looks like when it's all done. And just a little side note, I did forget to put the onion in. But if you did want to use the onion, you could just fry it in with the bacon, which is what you're supposed to do. But obviously it's optional, because as I did forget. So that is a how-to video on how to make baked Knephola hot dish.